and gentlemen, welcome to yet again another episode of the Dark Match, this time for TNA's Hardcore Justice pay-per-view of 2012, and gods, I'm already bored. I'm Ironbite Dash. With me is...
I'm Christopher says Dark Match is Mastodon on the monotone. Why do they always put me on TNA pay-per-views?
I don't even remember what name I'm supposed to use right now, but why am I here?
I'm the match striker of DarkMatch Mega.
Skippy.
Oh, right. Iron Sheik tweet. Go. Hulk Hogan birthday. I hope he get raped by dead dog. Hashtag Team Sheiky. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's a birthday present there.
I've never heard of Sheik asking for someone to get raped. That's novel to me.
Wait.
Now the rape by dead dogs thing has kind of become a new part of his arsenal.
I've never heard it before.
Yeah, it's going off every once in a while.
Completely novel.
Yeah, maybe you, but yeah.
But I like this TNA pay-per-view. I thought it was good.
I don't remember much about it.
I thought it certainly wasn't as good as Destination X, but it was a worthy follow-up.
Well, the thing is, okay, we've been spoiled lately on the fact that TNA has been putting out good pay-per-views, not incredibly shitty ones that we hate to watch. But Hardcore Justice was just there. It wasn't like I'm gonna wow you like at Destination X or wow you like at Sacrifice. No, it was just meh, whatever. It's there.
It's one of those filler pay-per-views that can't be a WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And the fact of the matter is, 4 of the matches are Bound for Glory series fatal 4-ways, each with a different stipulation.
One of them was very good.
And one of them was amazing, and probably the one we're going to talk about the most. And all of them worth 40 points. So we're trying to establish our top 4 going into the final portion of the Bound for Glory series. But we get to open up with Kid Cash and Gunner versus Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Hernandez.
This guy's totally starting out on. He's totally starting out on top, isn't he?
Yeah. It's Mexican Warrior Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Super Mex Hernandez,
AKA the Mexicans.
I think they should switch. I think they should switch nicknames because Chavo Guerrero is clearly of higher position than Hernandez.
I don't care about Mike Tenay's stupid fucking nicknames. Okay? I really don't. I'm gonna put that out right here.
Oh, Gunner sucks.
Yeah, Gunner sucks, so we'll get that out of the way. And why is Kid Cash in this? Why the hell does Kid Cash have any sort of a beef with either Chavo or Hernandez?
It was actually
explain to me.
I actually found it funny. Taz like introducing the heel team. He was like, "No, you got an interesting team here, good dynamic. Kid Cash, a veteran. Gunner, not a veteran." Which pretty much says it all. But
one skilled, the other not skilled.
One having many years in this business, the other is Gunner.
I mean, to sort of
one who's one who's fairly technical, the other a dumbass.
Yeah. To kind of compliment sorta Gunner, like he wasn't so noticeable. He was just very innocuously okay.
Yeah, which is really all we can.
But I question the way they booked this and the way they called this match, with Chavo Guerrero mostly selling for a good 10 or so minutes, and Hernandez being the hot tag. I figured it should be the other way around, with Guerrero coming in and him being like the new superhero to like take down all the heels and get on top and get the position he was never granted from the WWE.
There's a reason for that. But not to say that Chavo Guerrero isn't a champion material. I've just never felt that Chavo was main event status.
Yeah.
Not like Eddie.
Not
like Eddie.
I feel like we've been conditioned to think that way. I mean, just look at Bully Ray. Like, he was certainly someone who we were like, oh, we don't want to see him in singles competition, and then he really distinguished himself. I wouldn't mind seeing him feud for the title. And
No, it's not. It's nothing like that. It's just that I mean, I just have never seen Chavo Guerrero really have any of that. God. I just don't see him. I just don't see him being main event material, and it's not because of the fact that I'm echoing, but I'm not echoing.
You're not.
Okay. This match. Okay, this was an okay tag match.
Yeah.
And
I also question though the fact that the very first thing that Chavo does is the Three Amigos. Like, that's
not a good start when you're doing your big signature move first.
one of his big signatures. That should have gone a bit like 5 minutes, maybe after Hernandez tagged him in again.
Oh God, one of those tags from Hernandez doing his Super Mex dive, and Chavo tags him in as he dives over the top. Oh my God. I had to go back and rewatch that tag because it was just a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
It just was to watch a 6'5", 270-pound Mexican fly in the air, and the tag was just perfectly timed.
And he didn't kill him either.
Yeah, and he didn't kill himself or the person he was landing on either. It was just perfect.
It was like how Sheamus would do it, or how Mike Awesome did it before he killed himself.
Oh, that's sad.
But nonetheless, it was a fine enough match. If Gunner and Kid Cash aren't exactly the most highlight heel team that you have them face, and Guerrero won with the frog splash.
Yeah.
Yay.
Really is more about him than his partner.
Yeah, but that's because Hernandez is, been in TNA for years and really hasn't done much except for LAX. So our first BFG series matchup is up next, and it's Falls Count Anywhere. It's the Pope D'Angelo. Oh, I'm sorry, he gets taken out by Aces and Eights.
Yeah, apparently they think it's still 2010, in spring 2010, when they were sort of kind of pushing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently Pope is a threat.
Well, not even a threat. It's just someone that they're going to make an example of, which is really like, it's like it's like, say it's the Dark Knight Rises and Bane wants to make an example of Gotham, and he kills a random corrupt cop instead of I don't know, I'm bad comparison, but they tried to make it topical. Either of these three guys he could have taken out, even Magnus, and it would have left a bit more of an impression on the crowd and on everyone backstage.
Nope. Instead, they take out the Pope. And where is security? I'm asking a legitimate question of you three.
They're probably Aces and Eights.
Yeah. I'll get into this in a little bit. So now this 4-way turns into a 3-way worth 20 points, not 40, because I'm an idiot and can't do math. It's Rob Van Dam versus Magnus versus Mr. Anderson. And this is a match that just plays to RVD's strengths.
It did, actually. I noticed him doing most of the better spots, but then again, like the last, I think it was who was Anderson facing in what was it? Victory Road 2011, the Jeff Hardy bullshit. Who was it? Anderson versus Rob Van Dam, where the crowd,
I believe so.
Was it for the number one contender?
Yeah,
it was.
The crowd was torn between restart the match and no.
Yeah, it was Anderson versus RVD.
Yeah, they go together like oil and water, it seems.
You mean oil and vinegar?
I thought oil and water was, and Magnus was just there.
Magnus was those little bits of herbs that you get in the salad.
He's all right.
in the oil and vinaigrette. Yeah. I mean, all he was, all Magnus really was. In fact, all Magnus and Anderson really were just warm bodies for RVD to do stuff on, or to have someone do stuff to RVD. That's all they were there for.
Do stuff.
Skippy, seriously, grow up.
Sorry.
Okay. Again, this was decent. It's not memorable at all.
I agree. Like I'd say the most I remembered was Rob Van Dam doing his thing around the ring with doing like the sort of spinning leg drop, guillotine leg drops on while there's a chair. I mean he finished with the Van Daminator.
Yeah, it was just that. It was just there's RVD doing his thing. This is all about RVD, and wham bam, thank you, ma'am. RVD wins, goes up 20 points. I don't know where he's at in the leaderboard because I don't care. So we go backstage where JB is like, security has swept the building. The aces and eights are gone. No.
Yeah.
No, JB, no. Just no. Stop.
He's a stupid person that's sure of speculation like that. But
yeah.
nonetheless, he was interviewing Madison Rayne and about like her infatuation with Earl Hebner and like how he's been assisting her. And she says that none of that matters. Fact is, I've been Knockouts champion 3 times and tag champion twice, and she doesn't need Earl Hebner to win. But tonight, it's going to be hard justice for Knockouts champion Miss Tessmacher, and even harder justice for Earl Hebner.
Giggity.
Thank you.
Ugh.
So we go from that interview to the television championship match.
Wait, really? So
Yeah.
They remember there was a television championship?
Yeah.
And once again, on pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically, no, that's not TV. So yeah, apparently, this is champion versus champion. It's Devon versus Kazarian. And again, I remember nothing of this match.
I remember that Kazarian, even though he's a heel, was still doing. No, I was explaining this to my friend who's something of a virgin to wrestling, and she doesn't really. She's very skeptical of it. That a lot of indie guys who could do very flashy stuff in the ring, when they're heels, they either don't know what to do or they limit themselves very effectively. I think Kazarian's in the former category. He was doing a lot of headlocks, which is funny because he looks like Orton. But
yeah, especially with that haircut. Oh, good lord, dude.
Doing some doing some slapping and talking smack in the middle of the match, but mostly it wasn't really like he was just limiting his moveset and then busting out like a flashy thing or two, and it just didn't make him such a good heel.
Yeah. Again, nothing. This was a by the numbers match. A friend of mine who is really into TNA and is really defending them a lot, and I'll get into that in a little bit too. But it basically said, well, if Devon loses, him and Bully are on their way out because the speculation is that Bully Ray is going to be done with TNA when his contract runs out. But Devon wins, so yeah, whatever. So next up we have, I don't even care because it's a Knockouts championship match and it's quite obvious who's going to win this. So take it away, somebody else. Like Ali. Or whatever his name is today.
Chris, you mind fielding it?
Okay. Kazarian was going to go for his reverse pile driver, the fade to black, and then Devon reversed that into sort of like a dropping spine buster. So think David Otunga's finish, if you remember it. Devon still wins and retains.
Oh no, he's got a finisher.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yes.
David Otunga has a finisher?
Yes.
Okay.
I honestly think it's like something really generic, like
I believe
some sort
one
of
that Ryback took.
Okay. So next up is the Knockouts Championship match versus Madison Rain wins. I'm not going to even go through this because what's the point? Earl Hebner is firmly in the pocket of Madison Rain. We get it. Everybody in the fucking world knew how this match was going to end when it was announced.
I don't know
Earl
if this is a good analogy,
Go ahead.
but you know those scenes in a slasher movie where they build it up, like the red herring scenes where they build it up like someone's being followed and someone's being stalked, but it's actually someone's buddy playing a prank or really just innocuously walking up to his friend's back slowly and scaring him, and the killer isn't involved. That's what I feel this match was.
Unfortunately, instead of being a red herring, it turned out to be exactly how we thought it was. Earl Hebner screwed Miss Tessmacher.
Not really. They didn't make it seem like that.
Madison Rain's legs were way up in the ropes.
Yeah, of her own doing. It's funny because Tessmacher just looks stupid. Like it seemed like the heels, if you'd consider Earl Hebner a heel, it seems like Madison Rain and Earl Hebner fucked over Miss Tessmacher without them doing anything, because she was the one that disputed the 2 count when Madison Rain's foot was on the rope legitimately,
Mm.
and just because of like the circumstances surrounding the match, Miss Tessmacher was stupid, and she questioned Earl Hebner.
Okay.
And
I'll go with that, but I still find this entire Madison Rain and Earl Hebner, and if this was anything close to real life, if a female wrestler was using her wiles on the male referee, any legitimate person would have gone, "Hey, yeah, Earl, you're not refereeing this match. It's gonna be it's gonna be your son, Brian Hebner."
why?
Because you're too in. You know what? Just trust me. You can't do this match.
Yeah, too involved in the match. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Then
can't.
again, they have at least like free referees, so
We'll go into that in a little bit. Anyways, so we go backstage with JB, who is with Bully Ray, who's on his Twitter machine.
Oh, but wait, I didn't actually go over the finish, which is Rainheader was grabbing the rope for leverage while pinning Tessmacher, but it seemed like Earl Hebner genuinely didn't see that. It's a finish which happens all the time.
That's true, especially with him. So, if he had looked up, seen her feet, and then counted 3, I'd have more of a problem with this. But yeah. Anyways, so yeah, we go backstage with JB, and he's with Bully Ray, who's on his Twitter machine, and he found some aces, and he found the dead man's hand under his windshield wiper. And apparently, the aces and eights know where Bully Ray lives.
Or they just saw him park.
No, yeah, and he drove home with the dead man's hand. Yeah.
From what I gathered, it was on his windshield in the parking lot. But
Okay.
or maybe it's just someone he knows, and that's someone being James Storm. But
Hold on a second.
Bully Ray says he's gonna be looking behind his back, but nonetheless, for aces and eights, and for his 3 opponents, it's gonna be hard justice.
Yeah, that's not gonna get old. Anyways, so getting off on a tangent here. Hi, Backlash. The same friend of mine who's been defending this has been promoting a rather interesting theory with the whole who's in charge of the aces and eights. And he's saying it's Bully Ray. His evidence is the people that they go after, the people that they, jump from behind, are people that Bully Ray has had issues with in the past. Now, if I hear something, if you go with that theory, then that also means that Devon could be involved with the aces and eights because they took out the Pope. because we all know Devon and the Pope have had some issues together.
True, but then again, like
Wait,
Booby Roode.
didn't Bully Ray lose to the Pope in an early BFG match?
I do believe you're correct. Let's check. Yeah, 'cause the Pope's got 7 points.
Yeah, so
Didn't Booby Roode have very limited problems with Bully Ray, and yet he's being attacked? Because like I remember him like denying him a title shot.
Well, again, that could also be a red herring in the fact that he's also proposing that the reason why the aces and eights, it's Bobby. His theory is it's Bully Ray and Bobby Roode, and they're fucking over James Storm. So and his evidence is yes, the aces and eights attacked Bobby Roode, but they really didn't do much to him. Okay. So I mean, he's got a very he's got a nice theory going on, but I'm not exactly sure I completely buy it. You know,
If TNA proceeds as it did in 2010, then your friend is wrong just because like it would be illogical. But who
Yeah.
knows? I don't see why it would be Bully Ray. Like what is he? I think he could get over even as a heel, like on his own character.
again, it's his theory. I'm just reporting it as I understand it, and okay. I mean it kind of makes sense because he's called out the aces and eights a lot, and they haven't done shit to him. So yeah, I'm just putting the theory out there.
But yeah, nonetheless, what did you think of this match?
Oh my god, this was one of the better matches on there. It's not match of the night, but it's kind of up there. But then again, you've got Bully Ray and Jeff Hardy in there. Both two guys who work so well in this type of match.
I didn't
And
remember
yeah, they've
too many specific spots, but like I just remember like most of the spots being very fitting, geared towards like the tables match, where like there were a lot of top rope stuff with someone laid on a table and like one of their opponents would take it away. There's very much an objective to it.
One of my favorite spots was Bully and Robbie E are about to go off, and Ray's like, "No, New York, New Jersey. Now let's kick their asses." And they get a table, and the second Robbie E's back is turned, Bully Ray, sucker punches him. I was laughing my ass off at that spot. I was like, seriously? Come on, you had to know that this was going to happen.
That was pretty funny, actually. Speaking
Yeah.
of Robbie E, why has he stopped fist pumping?
I don't know, and I don't care.
All right.
Kind of happy. Because that means, I don't have to look at Robbie E trying to be, Robbie E. Interesting thing is the aces and eights do come out, but don't do anything. They just come out and they kind of taunt Storm, but they don't do anything.
They don't taunt Storm. They basically they lead the crowd on again. They gesture towards Storm and then give the thumbs up, basically making him look like an asshole. It's him that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, there's that, and Bully Ray kind of knocks out one of the aces and eights. But again, if he's the leader, he could order them, going, "Hey, got to sacrifice yourself for me. We got to fuck over Storm some more." I don't know. I'm gonna run with this theory until I'm either proven wrong or I lose interest in it. Hey, a butterfly. Finish comes with Robbie E's just taken completely out of the equation here. He's not even a factor in this.
Well, Robbie T comes out to
Yeah, get his ass handed to him as well. But we get Storm gets distracted by the aces and eights. And Hardy manages to block the last call into a twist of fate. Aces and eights show up. They distract Hardy. Then Storm hits the last call. I guess twist of fate isn't as good as it used to be. He sets up for the Eye of the Storm, and then Bully Ray runs in and kicks him in the face, and then Bully Ray powerbombs Jeff Hardy through a table, and then gets the fuck out of the ring before aces and eights can get
okay,
to
so
him.
yeah, like and realizing it, that could lend credence to your friend's theory,
Yeah.
being that Ray kind of took advantage of it despite being sort of laid out or being hiding. But
Yeah.
nonetheless, I did like the dynamic between James Storm and Jeff Hardy towards the end of the match, like as they were going for the table spot. Like I think that they should have some kind of series together somehow.
Well, this is the Bound for Glory series, and they could happen. Anyways, however, we might have an injury because as Bully Ray gets to the announce table, he tells Taz that he may have broken his elbow.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Mm.
big time ouch. And then JB comes back on and says, security has swept the building again, and the aces and eights are nowhere to be found.
Now they're
Yeah.
not to be found.
You know, aces and eights just might be security.
As I said,
Yeah. I'm completely amazed that good Lord, that JB twice has said, we don't know where aces and eights are. We just know they're not in the building again.
maybe JB is aces and eights.
Yes, that's it. Oh my God, you're right. You're right, Chris. You are.
The Briting invading TNA for the cause of boring commentary and fanboyism. I don't think he was
Oh
that
my
bad of a cop.
God. JB is part of the Aces. JB is leading the Aces and Eights because he's been bullied and is sick and tired. Oh my God, it all makes sense. I mean, the people they've taken out, these are
You
people.
know what? You know what I actually think is the route that they're going for. I
What?
seem to remember Devon and Garrett Bischoff like saying, "Oh, we've got your back on this whole aces and eights situation," and it looked very much like they were involved with the stable.
But now it seems that JB.
What do you think? What do you think of Eric Bischoff and Garrett Bischoff turning heel?
I find that completely retarded. But
As
then
do I.
again,
But
I don't want to ever see Garrett. I don't want to ever see Eric. I want to see Eric Bischoff off my TV for at least a year. Okay, just give me a year without Eric Bischoff. Just can you promise me that, Chris? Can you promise me that?
No.
Backlash. What say you?
Huh?
Oh,
Can you
good.
promise him a year without Eric Bischoff?
I'm sorry, I don't have that kind of power.
Damn it. No Leaf. Do you have any of that? Do you have that kind of power? No. Okay.
What kind of power do you think I would be doing a podcast?
No.
Yes.
No.
Mm.
Hey, we got Austin Aries' interview, which is always nice to be. Yeah, because it's basically going. Oh God.
He basically says while he's aware and he's watching his back about aces and eights, his priority is Bobby Roode. He was talking about how he eschewed his rematch clause. Would he lose the title tonight? And he says Bobby Roode was so worried about his rematch clause because he's the type of person that needs one, and he's not, and therefore not as legitimate a champion as he is. But nonetheless, by the end of the night, it'll be hard justice for Bobby Roode.
That pun will never be old.
It's a pun.
Already old. You know what? I kind of find it a little bit stupid, and I found this stupid when they did this to Randy Orton. But the whole clause of, if X loses to Y and Y is still the champion, X can never compete for the championship until Y loses it to Z. That's just stupid to me.
Eh.
You know, I just I just find that completely retarded. And I found it retarded when Triple H did it to Randy Orton, and I find it completely retarded now that TNA is doing it to Bobby Roode. I just find it retarded. Yeah. So yeah. So our next match, of course, is TNA X Division Tag. Oh, sorry, I almost said Tag Team
We did it,
Championship
we're
of the
true.
world. It's the X Division Championship. Zema Ion versus Kenny King.
Yes, and one thing I would note about Kenny King tonight is that he looked like he had quite a lot of stamina, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
As much as he always does, right, Backlash?
I don't understand the question.
I think it's something sexual.
Oh,
He's
boy.
making fun of your criticism of Kenny King always being gassed during matches.
Oh,
He was!
No!
Damn it! Well, not last night, but he was.
How do you explain tonight then? I think he was just selling more than necessary for an X Division guy.
I don't know. Red Bull?
Come on. But yeah, he was fine throughout the length of this match. Sold like quite a good deal, drew it out. Did some nice hope spots, and also I noticed his strikes were hitting really hard. I was wondering if he wasn't just slapping his thighs like pretty much with every punch he threw. But then again, Zema Ion's blip was busted open in the middle of it.
yes. We did we really because to be honest with you, while this match was great, I don't remember much of it, which is kind of sad because I love X Division wrestling.
And I also do like the way Kenny King uses this sort of the twisting plancha, the corkscrew plancha, as sort of a spot to be built up to. It's almost like Aries' middle and bottom rope suicide dive.
I mean, his heat-seeking missile.
Yep, that's what it's called.
Yes, that's what it's called. I
And-
know this because they keep saying the heat-seeking missile. How is it a heat-seeking missile? Just explain to me that, Mike Tenay. Explain that to me, Mike Tenay. I can't stop it, Iron Bite. Why are you here?
I think that's Aries' call. I think he calls it that.
But no, I mean, it was this is a great match.
Yeah.
Because and it is nice to see Earl Hebner actually doing his job for once by taking away Zema Ion's hairspray.
One might say that it wasn't as flippy Magoo as normal X Division matches, but that doesn't matter. It was still.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing about the whole Flippy Magoo thing when they say, "Oh, X Division matters," they're just flippy vanilla midgets. I like that, but on occasion, like last night, I enjoy it when they just settle down and they don't go all Flippy Magoo. You know, it's nice to see the fact that these newer X Division guys, counting Zema Ion and Kenny King as newer X Division guys, are learning how to put on good matches without, going all super flippy. They're evolving. The X Division itself is evolving. Someone press B.
Yeah.
Pokemon joke.
I noticed that like in the middle of the match, Zema Ion was going on the top rope and Kenny King like knocked him down and a chain fell to the floor, and I don't even think that came into play.
I
It was
think
just a random chain. Like there was another spot where Ion had his Andy Warhol spray can, and then
Earl Hebner took it away. Yeah, I already said that.
Cartwheel kicked it out of him, but
It was actually Earl Hebner taking it away, but that led to Kenny King hitting a handstand kick on it, and then the finish comes after because that led to a pin event, and the finish was midair gory bomb.
Yep.
Ooh.
Just out of nowhere, Kenny King goes for a charge in the corner, and as he leaps up, Zema Ion catches him with the gory bomb, and it was like, Holy shit. I'm
It's
actually.
a lot of practice to pull a gory bomb out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. I mean, an RKO out of nowhere, you can always see that happening. Gory bomb?
Yeah.
Not so
Not so.
much.
Chavo Guerrero is rolling in his lower card grave.
He's not dead. So we go backstage with JB, and he's with SJ. And SJ, I'm sorry, it's Samoa Joe, he's swearing that he's going to regain his World Heavyweight Championship.
Yes, I
And
like
all
this, Joe.
I love this Joe. I mean, granted, he's sitting pretty right now.
He's slowly
sitting,
coming back.
yeah, and a win here would be would probably show that TNA has some confidence here. And then we get to the match of the night.
But
All
not,
right.
but not until after Samoa Joe announces that it'll be hard justice for the Bound for Glory series.
Oh God, stop that.
No, I will not.
You're not even gonna call it hard justice anymore. Don't fucking refer to the name.
It is hardcore justice. That's what they're calling it now. Okay, guys. So what happens when you put AJ, the phenomenal AJ Styles, the fallen angel Christopher Daniels, the Samoan submission machine Samoa Joe, and then add a little bit more spice with the Olympic hero Kurt Angle in a ladder match? What do you get? You get the fucking match of the year.
I don't know if I agree, but it was a damn explosive match.
Oh my
Very good.
God. From start to finish. I had to watch this a couple times this afternoon because I was just amazed at all the spots. I mean, everybody and their mother got to get their spots in.
Yeah, I definitely have my favorite.
Oh, if it's what I think it is.
But they started off exceptionally well with pretty much everyone taking a shot at Chris Daniels because in some way or another they ruined each other's. He ruined all their lives. He took Kurt Angle's tag title and pretty much betrayed him when he was a heel. He has made AJ Styles' life a living hell for the last 8 months.
Illegal wiretapping of Dixie Carter's phone. He should be in jail.
Rape.
No,
not directly, but
facilitating.
And in terms of Samoa Joe, I guess he's just a baby. He's just a tough as nails baby face, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll fuck him up. I'll take him out of the equation."
Oh, we'll get to my favorite spot in a little bit, but my God, I mean Daniels was the only clear heel in this, and he was getting his ass kicked left, right, and center, and it was glorious.
Yeah. But then he started really, really taking it to some people, like doing very, very specific spots with the ladder, and then taking bows. My favorite spot of the match was when he was like ramming into Joe's stomach in the corner, like really taking it to him. But then he's about to take maybe a running elbow to him in the corner, and the ladder falls on the second rope. He runs at Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe takes him and drops him with the SD Joe right on the ladder.
Yeah. All right. Now we get to my favorite spot. At a certain point in the match, AJ gets taken out, and in the ring is Joe, Angle, and Daniels. And Joe and Angle decide to get into a little competition. It's called Who Can Hurt Christopher Daniels the Most? And who can hit the most innovative and nasty ass suplex on Christopher Daniels? And that's exactly what they fucking did.
Yes, I recall Joe hitting a insane backdrop driver, and then Angle did an Olympic slam.
Oh my God. They just killed Daniels dead. And it's like, I'm watching this, and I have to go back every time, and I giggle. I was giggling because it looked so fucking awesome. And then they get into a kick competition. They crucify Daniels in the ladder, and then they just start kicking him. And then Joe's like, you know what, fuck this, and he hits Angle. It's like, oh right, I'm supposed to be in a fucking ladder match with this guy. I'm not supposed to be beating up Daniels.
In a lot of senses, yeah, like separate from their beef with Daniels, these are some of TNA's finest, and psychologically they showed that in the sense of like, hey, we all have a mutual enemy, but like we won't hold back on you just because like we're cool. Like it was just a spot where Kurt Angle was going up the ladder like any other kind of normal thing. It wasn't a climax. It was just the middle of the match, and AJ just like shoved him off and he hit the mat hard. Just stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So here's how the finish goes. Angle and Joe finally realize, hey, we're in a ladder match, and the clipboard up there is worth 20 points in the Bound for Glory series. And
yes, we have to emphasize the clipboard part.
Yeah, there's a clipboard. So Angle goes up the ladder. Daniels grabs a hold of him. Joe goes up another ladder, just headbutts Angle out of existence, and then AJ Styles comes flying in from nowhere onto the ladder and grabs the clipboard out of fucking nowhere.
I don't have a problem with that.
I don't either. And Joe is like, mother fuck, what? Wait, what?
With the greatest of ease.
And yeah, exactly. And this just shows why AJ Styles is truly phenomenal.
Absolutely cannot disagree with.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Right?
I'm glad you did because it was so fucking obvious. Again, I have been a fan of AJ Styles since I was introduced to him in TNA.
Since you were 2 years old.
Since I was 2 years old, when I was a little raptor, and I was wait a second, I wasn't watching wrestling. You know what? Shut up. But I've been a fan of AJ Styles. I really do think he is the face of TNA, much like John Cena is the face of the WWE. I just wish they didn't have him in this stupid "I was raped" storyline with fucking Christopher. I'm a Bond villain, Daniels. Look, my locker in the back is full of Appletinis. Because that's all I drink. Come with me, Kazarian. You have
They really should have a backstage segment where Daniels opens his locker and there's just a row of Appletinis that he takes out and uses just to hold and occasionally sip.
Oh my god.
That'd be great.
The best part of the storyline, and that's stretching it because it's fucking retarded, is the evolution of the James Bond villain style heel that is Christopher Daniels. And I'm loving that, but everything else can just go to fucking hell.
Yes, but the sun didn't shine tonight on one half of the World Tag Team Champions of the world.
No, it did not. In fact, Christopher Daniels was a punching bag. So we go to the back where JB, who's the only fucking viewer in TNA, and he's talking with Rude, and he's basically saying, "Hey, Aries is nothing more than a fluke. He's a fluke, fluke."
He does end the promo on one note. He says, "By the end of the night, fuck you, Austin Aries."
What you did there? I saw it. Yeah, the TNA World Heavyweight Championship match. Great beginning, especially when we do the boxing style intros because that doesn't get old. And it's time for you spit in my face. Here, let me put you in the last chancery. There we go. And then it's like, oh shit, this is gonna be fucking hard.
A lot of basically Bobby Roode doing nothing but ducking Austin Aries, and Austin Aries still hitting some good spots on him, making him look like even more of a fool.
Oh yes, indeed. This match, but it gets retarded real quickly, and it gets retarded when we have one referee gets taken out, so we bring out another referee,
Stifler.
Yeah, Stifler, and I mean before everything. I mean before this,
I'll admit, I wouldn't say it got retarded quickly for like the first 20 or so minutes, which made up most of the match. Like it was just fine, but
yeah, it was going towards the end of the night, the end of the day when we And we get a referee bump, and then another referee comes in, and he gets a referee bump, and then as both referees are coming to, Robert Roode hits a superplex on Aries, and then both men's shoulders are down, and both referees count the pin. And one raises Roode's arm, the other raises Aries' arm, and it's, we've got confusion. And Roode's like, I'm getting out of here. He grabs the belt and he starts to go up the ramp, but out comes Earl Hebner.
Without, mind you, a hickey on his neck.
Yeah, he comes out. He comes out the most honest man in wrestling and just restarts the match. And Aries goes for the heat-seeking missile, but instead slams right into the title belt, which Roode is still holding. Now, okay, let's just apply wrestling logic here. Wrestler X is facing Wrestler Y. Referee has his back turned. Wrestler X slams a chair into the ground, tosses it to Wrestler Y, and then falls down as if Wrestler Y has hit Wrestler X. The referee turns around and disqualifies Wrestler Y. This is common referee logic, correct?
Yeah.
Back, Christopher. Chris?
What?
I just described an Eddie Guerrero situation where Eddie would trick the referee into thinking he just hit a chair shot.
All right.
Yes, because the ref is horrifically deaf.
Right. Okay.
How does that?
Hold on. This is gonna be. Robert Roode is holding a title belt, and I just realized my entire argument falls apart when I forget the table match that we just had earlier, because if you put yourself through the table, it doesn't count. I'm dumb.
I'm still trying to comprehend. They hit a superplex. Both of them are down on the mat. So two trained refs decide to go for a 3-count pinfall.
Yes, because
not the usual 10 count for one of them to get up.
No, both
there's a double pin going on.
Yeah, it's a double pin, dude. It's not like...
Oh, okay.
How does that work?
Oh, it's easy.
Overbooked.
Yeah, overbooked. And also, neither referee can see the other, because you can't see through a person.
Okay.
Yeah. So after Aries smashes his head into the title belt, Roode is like,
Oh,
really now? Well, let me just toss you back in, and 1, 2... What? You kicked out? Earl Hebner, I can't believe this. Let me push you. That should have been a DQ. Instead, Earl Hebner is like...
No, they reserve like those big matches where they won't just DQ someone if they shove the ref. The ref will just shove them back, which...
And that's what Earl Hebner does.
I believe it was Brian, though.
Oh, it was Brian? I thought it was Earl.
Yeah, Brian just restarted. I mean, Earl just restarted, and Brian...
So Roode gets pushed right into Gingus's favorite finish of all time.
The roll-up.
You know what I think should have happened? Would have been simple enough if Roode was just like, fuck. Locks in the crossface, and he just reverses into the last chancery.
Yeah, that would have made sense. Nope.
Simple enough.
Pull up. And Robert Roode now cannot compete for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship until Austin Aries loses it.
Yay.
I find that completely retarded.
I don't. Well, actually, we've never seen any other title matches between Austin Aries and someone else. So hopefully he's not a one-trick pony. But he's probably not. He's Austin Aries.
Yeah, he's Austin Aries, the greatest man in the world.
That ever lived.
For all time.
He, and at the end of it all, Aries celebrates holding up a sign that says Total Nonstop Aries, which sounds like a porn I'd love to see.
Giggity.
6 hours of Austin Aries.
6 hours of pulse pounding and pussy pounding action. I think I took this.
Ew.
Yeah, I think I took it way too far. Hey, how about that Bound for Glory series standings? Would you all like to know what?
Everything.
Yeah, I know I do. So here it
Go
is.
from the bottom.
From the bottom up, we've got Robbie E sitting pretty with 5 points.
As he
Above-
rightfully should be.
Yes, above him is
You got a hand job for those 5 points.
Yeah, he really did. With the Pope with 7 points. I think we can safely say that the Pope and Robbie E are out of this, just completely. Number in sitting pretty in number 10 at 21 points is Magnus.
Magnus.
Yeah, he could come back. Christopher Daniels is sitting pretty at. Well, they're all sitting pretty. He's got 33.
Stop saying pretty.
Jeff Hardy is in the 8th slot with 35 points. AJ Styles rocketed to number 7 with 36 points.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God. Mr. Anderson is at 40 points
Why?
because
Sitting pretty.
Yes, because sitting pretty. In 4th place, tied, by the way, is Kurt Angle and Bully Ray, both with 48.
I'm okay with this.
Samoa Joe, oh, so close with 54 points in 3rd
Hopefully he'll
place.
improve.
A point above him is Rob Van Dam with 55 points, and sitting on top of the heap, even though he didn't win at Hardcore Justice, is James Storm with 66.
He is sitting on so much pretty.
Oh, I mean, it's
That's
all
a lot of pretty right there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
A veritable mountain of pretty.
Yeah.
It's definitely a veritable mountain of pretty. I mean, seriously, he can't. I mean, he can lose this pretty damn easy. By the way, the Pope did pin Bully Ray for his 7 points. So lending a little credence to the Bully Ray is in charge of aces and eights theory, little bit. But no, James Storm is in control of his destiny. He just got to keep winning.
Well, judging from the way the title is being held, and after tonight's match, I don't think he'll be in first place. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Samoa Joe win. Like I'm that's my prediction for now. Just because it would be a feud I'd love to see. Especially considering and it would almost be like a nice echo to ROH because guess who took the title from Samoa Joe?
That is true. Now here's another thing. Okay. The thing is, all this leads up to the No Surrender pay-per-view with a one-night playoff instead of at Bound for Glory. So at No Surrender, well, no, it is No Surrender. Anyways, at No Surrender, September 9th. So we've got a month. At September 6th, the standings will be quote unquote locked. So your top 4, all right, that right now that's James Storm, Rob Van Dam, Samoa Joe, have a direct line to No Surrender. Bully Ray and Kurt Angle, on the other hand, will probably have to duke it out again to determine who gets that 4th slot. So your top 4 are the guys who are going to go into No Surrender for their one-night playoff, and then you go to Bound for Glory.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot that can happen between now and then.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Samoa Joe can just go on another submission victory spree, getting 10 points everywhere, and then it would have been like, wow, that's.
Let us hope.
Yeah, but again,
On house shows.
Maybe Pope will go on to a submission victory streak.
Really, we're gonna no.
I'm not actually speculating that.
Guys, Robbie E's going over.
Yes,
Not enough time in the world.
Robbie E is going over only if everybody else ahead of him dies. And even then, I don't think yeah, I don't think. Anyways, oh, that was hardcore justice. Some good, some bad. It was a pay-per-view. I mean, it wasn't like Destination X. It wasn't like Victory Road.
It happened.
It happened. That was basically it. I mean, there were some good matches. There were some awesome matches, and then there were matches that make me scream in frustration.
Admittedly,
None of
it
them
was
did
better than Hardcore Justice 2011, but that's not saying much.
No, that isn't saying much. Hey, guess what, guys? It's time for who gets more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Who?
Uh, Aces and Eights committing a hate crime gets more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Oh, wow. Really? We're gonna. Oh, wow. Seriously?
First dude they took out was Pope. Okay,
Okay.
that's what I'm calling.
Allie, you got something?
He doesn't even work here. What's the point?
Point is our game. Now shut up and play.
Earl Hebner getting some hard justice got more screen time.
Oh God!
Oh.
Fuck you!
You're fired.
No Iron Bite, fuck you.
I love how that's getting him fired, but I'm fine here.
You fired Mega Fighter.
Because I can't.
Okay. So,
Allie, you got one?
No.
Okay, I'll go because oh God. Blah blah. Seriously, Chris? Oh my God, that just drove. You know what? Fuck it. Go to the plugs. Oh.
Anyone have anything else?
no.
No.
All right, don't forget to subscribe to us on Blip TV or YouTube to keep up to date with all our videos. You can also like us on Facebook. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at DarkMatch Wrestling. That's RASLAN. You can follow us individually on Twitter as well. Don't forget to check out TRA Productions, where all our videos plus lots of other great stuff is hosted. We're also on Reviewtopia in the community section. And last but not least, visit us at the Spoonie Experiment in the forums.
Yeah, that'll do it for the dark. Seriously, you. All
right, that was the dark match for Hardcore Justice.
I
You
don't
guys
want
suck at spelling.
I don't.
I'm Christopher Says Daniels.
For Allie and Iron Bite, I'm Mega Fighter Free.
Good night. Good. I'm serious. No.
You sound like
I'm
you've
sitting
just been
pretty.
raped.